We start with the call-in of the referees.
Range is ready.
So we train the applause, a big applause, ladies and gentlemen, for our referees. They're a little bit shy, they don't winky winky.
Athletes to the line.
And here comes our heroes on position H with the qualification score. We await the upcoming athlete from Sweden with 622.7 points. A big applause for the coach, Pernilla Svensson. Here is Philip Jonsson. On position G, with a qualification score of 625 points, representing France with the coach Franck Badiou, here is Justine Bev. On position F, with a qualification score of 619.1 points, representing Great Britain, the coach Duncan Turnbridge. Here is Tim Jeffrey. On position E, with a qualification score of 624.1 points, representing Serbia, the coach is Vladimir Pajic, and the name of the athlete, Dragan Ristic. Position D, with a qualification score of 620.4 points. A big applause for the Brazilian with his coach Uwe Knapp. Here is Alexandre Augusto Galgani. On position C, with a qualification score of 620.9 points, representing Germany with the coach Rudolf Krenn, here is Moritz Alexander Möbius. On position B, with a qualification score of 623.2 points, representing France, the coach Eric Vier, here is Tanguy de la Forêt. And on position A, with a qualification score of 623.4 points, he's representing Italy. The coach is Giuseppe Ugarani. Big applause for Gianluca Iacus. And the officials of this final, the jury member in charge will be Pablo Lobos Chile. And his assistant jury, Joel Biondo, Brazil. And the last time, the call for the chief range officer, Christian Bailly, France. So, dear audience, it's ready? You're right? Took your hands and give applause for them all. Send them to the line. Come on, everybody. Yeah.
Take your positions.
So the audience is in motion, the athletes in motion. Now they get ready. 50 meter. SH2.
And welcome to the WSPS World Championships Lima 2023. This is the final for the R9 mixed 50 meter rifle prone SH2 event. It's the final on the final day of competition of the 9th edition of the WSPS World Championships. 260 of the world's top athletes have descended upon the capital of Peru over the last 7 days to battle it out for medals, world champion status, and Paralympic Games quota places for Paris 2024. We've seen plenty of highs, world records set, we've met champions new and old, and we're not done quite yet. I'm Jamie, thank you for joining us at the Las Palmas shooting range here in lovely Lima in this impressive finals hall. The voice you just heard, the man you just saw as well, Philip Bernard, our announcer here in the finals hall. He's just introduced the officials in charge of this final, as well as those 8 important athletes competing for the medals, for that world champion status, and for 4 of these athletes anyway, competing for 2 Paralympic Games quota places. I'll come on to that in a moment. This is the R9 mixed 50-meter rifle prone SH2 event. If you are new to this event, I mean, maybe you're new to WSPS events in general, we are broadcasting all over the World Wide Web on various platforms today. You're very welcome wherever you're joining us. If you are used to 50-meter rifle events, then you'll probably find this quite familiar. If you watch ISSF, we'll have 2 series of 5 shots. And after those 2 series, we'll move into the single shot phase of the competition. After every 2 single shots, an elimination will take place. So that's the business end of the final, when we reach those single shots. So after shot 12, the first elimination will take place. 8th place will be decided then. And that will keep going until shot 24, which will decide the gold medal and world champion. If at any point we have a tie-break situation for the lowest ranked athlete to be eliminated, then those athletes in that tie-break situation will fire additional tie-breaking single shots until the tie has been broken. The voice you just heard was the voice of Mr. Christian Bailly of France, who is the Chief Range Officer, the man with the commands for this final. Around 4 minutes and 40 seconds-ish for our athletes to make their final preparations. Let's talk about those athletes, and I will tell you about the quota places, don't you worry. This is Philip Jonsson of Sweden on your screen right now. Also appeared in the R4 final at this World Championship. Has World Cup silver from Changwon 2022 in this event to his name. Looking for his first medal in this event at a World Championship. On firing point G, we have Justine Bev. That's Justine Bev's coach there. Bev is the world number 6 in this event. Made the R5 final the other day, which was her first final appearance at a World Championship. Has R9 World Cup silver from Changwon this year. Looking for her first international medal in this event, the R9. On firing point F, we've got Tim Jeffrey from Great Britain. First R9 final at a World Championship. Placed 6th at Tokyo 2020, the Paralympic Games in this event. Does have R9 World Cup gold from Alain 2019, plus gold from the Sydney World Cup in 2015. So plenty of medals in this event, but it is his first final at a World Championship in the R9 event. Tim Jeffrey there on your screen. It's already been a great day for Great Britain, with Matt Skeldon taking the first medal of the day, the gold in the R6 event. Tim Jeffrey will be looking to follow that here in this final, the final of this World Championship. Let's talk about firing point E now, where we have the world number 2 plus world record holder from Serbia is Dragan Ristic. You might remember him from the R5 final at this World Championship in Lima. Took gold in this event at the Osijek Croatia World Cup this year. Placed 6th in the R9 event at the last World Championships, which were in Alain last year. And is the R9 Paralympic Games world champion. Well, Paralympic Games champion, we should say. We do have a world champion in this event competing in this final, but Ristic is the Paralympic Games champion from Tokyo 2020 in 2021. So on firing point D, representing Brazil, we have Alexandre Augusto Galgani You might remember him from the R11 final. He was part of the Brazil team in the mixed team event. They placed 4th. This is his first final at a WSPS event in the R9 event. Looking for his first medal, therefore, at a World Championship. Uwe Knapp, the coach there for Brazil. Now, on firing point C, representing Germany, we have Moritz Alexander Mubius. There he is on your screen right now, with R9 World Cup bronze from the Munich edition in 2022. This is his first final at a World Championship. There's his coach, Rudi Kren. 2 more athletes to tell you about. On firing point B, representing France, he needs no introduction, but I'll give him one anyway. It is the world #1 and defending R9 world champion, Tanguy de la Forest. He has been a big name at this World Championship already, taking R4 gold a few days ago, setting a world record in the process. Does have R9 World Cup gold from Changwon this year. And I mentioned defending world champion. He did win the gold medal at the Al Ain World Championships last year. Also took R5 bronze at this World Championship. So already 2 medals here in Lima. Can he make it 3? Can he make it a hat trick? And finally, on firing point A, we have Gianluca Iacus of Italy, who took silver here in the R5 event. So he is no stranger to this finals hall. A reminder that Dragan Ristic is the world record holder, competing in this final here today. That record, 252.7, set at the Paralympic Games, where Dragan took gold. So the sighting time is over. The final preparations have been made. And we are very close now, just a matter of seconds away from getting started. Quick mention on the quota places. 4 athletes are eligible for 2 places. So the best 2 finishes out of Mubius of Germany, Galgani of Brazil, Jeffrey of Great Britain, and Jonsson of Sweden. The best 2 out of those 4 will secure Paralympic Games quota places for their countries, for their NPCs for Paris 2024. 10.8 from Jonsson. Great way to start your first series of 5 shots. Also 10.7 from the defending world champion, de la Forest. Some nice high scores coming in all round. Galgani's got started with a 10.6, followed by a 10.5. .3 from Iacus, who's had 2 shots out of 5 so far. Just over 1.5 minutes remaining, and we have had a 10.9 from that defending world champion we've been talking about, Tanguy de la Forest. 10.8 from Jeffrey of Great Britain. Again, some nice scores coming through, consistent scores all round, well into the 10s. Mubius of Germany has finished his first series of 5 shots. A total of 51.2. Galgani with a 10.8, still 1 shot to go for the Brazilian. Justine Bev of France has finished, as has Jonsson of Sweden. Just Ristic and Jeffrey now, 1 shot each to complete the series with about 45 seconds on the clock. .5 from Ristic, who will finish on a total of 52. It's a good total. It's not the highest, but it's a good total. And Jeffrey with a 9.9, finishing on 51.1. The highest total is 53.2. And it is the world #1 defending world champion, Tanguy de la Forest. There he is, 0.8 ahead of Jonsson of Sweden. 0.4 behind is Ristic. Paralympic Games champion. Jeffrey is in 8th place, but just 0.1 behind Mubius and Yakus, who are both tied in 6th place. And they're 0.1 behind Bev of France in 5th, who's only 0.5 behind 5th place, so 4th place. So it's very close out there. A long way to go. Another series of 5 shots coming up now. And then we'll enter the single shot phase, the business end of the competition. We're off. It's Galgani in 4th place, by the way. 10.9 from Jeffrey of Great Britain. 10.7 from Della Forest. Some high scores to get us started in Series 2. There's the Frenchman on your screen right now. The man to catch in this final. He came into it as the world champion. Will he leave it as the world champion? We will find out. Mubius with a 10.5. 10.3 from Yakas. Justin Bevis had 2 shots, the last one being a 10.5. 10.7 from Jonsson, that's his 3rd shot. 83.4 for the Swede from 8 shots so far. Dragan Ristic is on a total of 83.4. His last individual shot was a 10.7. Justin Bev has just recorded a 10.7 as well. We've had another 10.9 in this final. This time it's come from Mubius of Germany. 4 shots down in Series 5. He's on a total of 93.6. Four of our athletes now have completed their 2nd series. A reminder that the quota places, if you're just joining us, we have 2 to give out. 4 athletes eligible. The best 2 out of Mubius, Galgani, Jeffrey and Jonsson will secure Paralympic Games quota places. 10.6 for Ristic. Nice way to sign out. The same final score for Galgani as well. Della Forest leading after the 1st series. After the 2nd series, he's now on a total of 105.6, so looks like he'll be keeping that lead. He will. So we've had 2 series now of 5 shots. Let's take a look at the table after 10 shots. 2 series of 5. Tanguy Della Forest, the defending world champion, remains the man to catch in this R9 mixed 50-meter rifle prone SH2 final. Here we go. This is what it looked like after the 1st series. And here's what it looks like now after 2 series. 1.1 is the difference between 1st and 2nd. Jeffrey's moved up into 4th place. Yakas in 8th place now, 0.6 behind Galgani in 7th, who's just 0.1 behind Jonsson in 6th. Bev in 5th. I mentioned Jeffrey in 4th. Mubius jumping up into 3rd place of Germany, 0.7 behind 2nd place. And I mention, if you are new to this event as well, the SH2 in the title tells us that the athletes competing generally have an impairment in their upper limbs and or lower. They do have a shooting spring to support them and are able to simulate the prone position. 10.8 from Mubius. Wow, we've had our first individual shot here, single shots. That was shot 11. The highest individual was a 10.8 from Mubius. Let's take a look at the situation here, because we're 1 shot away potentially from the first elimination. The lowest score is still from the Italian Yakus. It's 111.2, and after that 9.3, his task has got harder to stay in the competition. His closest rival is Galgani on 113. So that's a 2.8 difference for Yakus to make up. And just 0.2 ahead of Galgani is Jonsson. We're off again. 10.8 from Jonsson. He'll be safe. And a 10.8 from Yarkus, but a 10.2 from Galgani means that Yarkus, despite that great final score there, will be eliminated from the competition. So 8th place has been decided. And on firing point A, it's Gianluca Yarkus. There he is from Italy, finishing on a total of 1, 2, 2. Took silver in the R5 event at this World Championship. Another final appearance for him. It's 8th place this time. Here's the table. De La Forest still in the lead, 1.6 ahead of Mubius, who's up into 2nd place now. Rishtik into 3rd. Jeffrey remains in 4th. Galgani in the new danger zone of 7th. 0.8 behind Jonsson, who's 0.1 behind Bev in 5th. We're 2 shots away from the next elimination, which is for 7th place. Galgani is eligible for a quota place as well, so extra pressure on the Brazilian there to stay in this competition. The best 2 out of 4 athletes from Germany, Brazil, Great Britain and Sweden will secure Paralympic Games quota places. Not to mention there's medals and a world champion status up for grabs as well. 10.6 from Mubius, 10.3 from Galgani. He'll be looking to see what Jonsson has. Jonsson has a better score with a 10.4. Jonsson actually moves up to 4th place now. Jeffrey drops down to joint 5th with Bev. And the difference between Galgani and the 2 athletes I just mentioned there is 0.7. Galgani on 133.5. Jeffrey and Bev both tied on 134.2. 0.2 ahead of them is Jonsson, as I mentioned, moving up the table there. Still De La Forest in the lead. Mubius in 2nd. Rishtik 0.6 behind in 3rd place. Delicately poised out there. $10.9 from De La Forest. Galgani with a 10.2, but Bev has fired a 10.3. She'll be safe, as will Jeffrey with a 10.3 as well. The eliminations, they come quick now, don't they? We've got another one. Alexandre Augusto Galgani appearing in his 2nd final at this World Championship. 1st final in an R9 event at a World Championship. In fact, a WSPS event, so that's his best finish. 7th place for the Brazilian. And he was eligible for a quota place, which means now 3 athletes remaining are Mubius of Germany, who's looking good, Jeffrey of Great Britain, and Jonsson of Sweden. The best 2 out of those 3 will secure quota places for their NPC. And you probably saw that Jeffrey and Bev fired the same score there, so they are still level, neck and neck in this final. 2 shots away from the next elimination. Let's take a look at the scores. Let's do it. Here they are. So De La Forest is the leader. 1.7 ahead. Jonsson in the danger zone now. 0.5 behind Bev and Jeffrey, both tied still. Jonsson also eligible for a quota place. If he was eliminated now, the quota places would be settled. Jonsson fires a 10. It's a 10.5 from Bev. So 10.3 from Jeffrey. So with those scores, a nice 10.8 from Mubius as well. With those scores, Jonsson will stay in that danger zone. Closest rival is Jeffrey, who's on 154.8. So that's 0.8 more than Jonsson. Bev is 0.2 ahead of Jeffrey. So it's still really close out there. Meanwhile, Rishtik is 0.7 ahead of Bev, still in 3rd place. And it's still Mubius at the top, looking to make up more ground on De La Forest, who remains the leader. But that lead has been reduced. But the next shot will decide the next elimination. 6th place, Jonsson currently in it. As I mentioned, 0.8 behind Jeffrey in 5th. Here we go. 10.2 from De La Forest. It's a 10.1 from Jonsson. Bear with a 10.8. She'll be fine. And that's a 10.5 for Jeffrey, so he will be fine as well, which means 6th place is decided, and it is Philip Jönsson from Sweden. His 2nd final appearance at this World Championship in Lima. He takes 6th place in the R9 event on a score of 164.1. And that elimination does confirm the quota places for the Paralympic Games Paris 2024. Moritz Alexander Mubius and Tim Jeffrey. So both athletes there securing quota places for their nations, for their NPCs, Germany and Great Britain. So we now have that settled. Little matter of Paralympic Games quota places. Now it's all about those medals. And will we have a new world champion, or will Tanguy de la Forest be recrowned as world champion? Still leading, 0.8 ahead of Mubius. Tim Jeffrey in the danger zone, 0.5 behind Justine Bev of France, who's 0.3 behind Ristic in 3rd place. A great 10.8 there from Bev, her last shot. We go again, 2 shots till the next elimination. 10.6 from de la Forest, same score for Bev. 10.5 for Jeffrey, 10.7 for Ristic, and a 9.9 for Mubius. So de la Forest's lead has increased, but we're now looking at 5th place. It's Jeffrey there, who's on 175.8. Justine Bev is on 176.4. So the difference there between those two is 0.6. Meanwhile, Ristic is just 0.4 ahead of Bev. There we go. 0.4. Figured it out. So, another big moment in this final. They keep on coming, don't they? Here we go. .4 from Bev, who will be fine. And a 10.4 also from Jeffrey. So that does mean that Tim Jeffrey of Great Britain finishing on 186.2. And he has secured a quota place for Great Britain in the process. So congratulations to him. First R9 final at a World Championship. Therefore recording his best finish in this event at a World Championship. Wow. 5th place for Jeffrey of Great Britain and a quota. So we're edging closer to those medals positions. The difference between 4th and 3rd is 0.6. Justine Bev of France is there. Mubius has dropped down into 3rd place. Ristic moving up into 2nd. World record holder, Paralympic Games champion. Tanguy de la Forest, the world #1, the defending R9 world champion, is still leading the way in this final with a total of 189.6. Oh, a 9.8 for Bev. She'll stay in 4th place. She's still behind Mubius, who remains in 3rd. A 1-point difference between the two athletes there. Meanwhile, Ristic brought down the lead ever so slightly, the difference between 1st and 2nd with that 10.5. It is still de la Forest on 199.9, which is 1.8 more than Ristic in 2nd. We're 2 shots away from 1 shot away from 4th place being decided. And then it's all about those medals. Justine Bev 1 point behind Mubius of Germany. Here we go. 10.3 from Bev and a 10.2 from Mubius, which will keep him in the competition. So finishing on 206.9. 4th place has been confirmed, and it is the world #6 from France, Justine Bev. She appeared in the R5 final as well, which was her first final at a World Championship. Now, her second final has just been completed. She takes 4th place in the R9 event. Justine Bev of France. And then there were three athletes remaining, 2 shots away from the bronze medal. Currently there is Möbius of Germany, 0.4 behind Richtig. Della Forest now 2.1 clear at the top. The defending world champion looking very good, very strong. So Möbius will be looking to make up some ground now on Richtig. Oh, at 10.9 for Della Forest. And 10.6 from Richtig, 9.5 from Möbius. So that lead does increase. In fact, that's the opposite of what Möbius wanted. The difference now between second and third is 1.5. So Möbius is not out of it yet, but it's certainly not in his hands. He'll have to shoot, obvious to say, but I'll say it anyway, as high as possible and hope Richtig scores as low as possible. 1.5 a difference, which would force a shoot-off. 1.6 to better Richtig outright. Della Forest is looking pretty safe and sound on 221.2. .5 from Della Forest, definitely safe and sound. 10.4 from Möbius, and it's a 10.2 from Richtig. Came down to 1.3 difference in the end. And the bronze medal has been confirmed. It's been decided, and it's not just a bronze medal, it's a quota place as well. Moritz Alexander Möbius of Germany. First final at a World Championship, takes the bronze medal here in Lima and securing a quota place for his NPC. Right, we are potentially 2 shots away from the gold medal being decided. Is the Paralympic champion up against the world champion Richtig, 2.7 behind Della Forest. Here we go now, shot 23. Oh, a 10.4 from Della Forest to Richtig's 9.9. The difference has gone up from 2.7. It's now 3.2 separating the athletes. It does look like the world number 1, Della Forest, will remain as world champion in this event. But there is still 1 shot to go. It's firmly in his hands. 3.2 the difference. .4 from Della Forest, which will be absolutely enough to secure the gold medal, finishing on 2.52.5. He is once again the R9 world champion, Tanguy Della Forest of France. What a performance from the Frenchman. His third medal at this World Championship, 2nd gold. Also had R5 bronze, R9 gold now, and don't forget that R4 gold as well, which he also scored a world record with in the process. So it's been an absolutely epic World Championship for Tanguy Della Forest of France. There's Dragan Richtig, Paralympic champion from Tokyo. World record holder in this event, taking the silver medal, representing Serbia. And the bronze medal, along with a quota place, Moritz Alexander Möbius of Germany. There they are, our medalists for the R9 mixed 50-meter rifle prone SH2 event. Once again, it is Moritz Alexander Möbius of Germany with the bronze. The silver goes to Dragan Ristic of Serbia, and the gold medal successfully defending his world champion status in the R9 event. It is Tanguy de la Forest of France. And he's about to be introduced to the audience here in Lima. Let's pause for a moment and listen to the noise. A lot of respect and appreciation for Tanguy de la Forest. 2 quota places were also secured from this event. Moritz Alexander Mubius securing one for Germany, and Tim Jeffrey securing a quota place for Great Britain as well. So, I can't believe I'm saying this, but that's it for the WSPS World Championships, Lima 2023, where medals have been won, Paris 2024 quota places secured, and world champions new and old have been crowned with world records set in the process. It's been a great competition. It's been a pleasure to be here. And it's been great having you here as well. So from everyone here in Lima, thank you very much and goodbye.
And for all the information, we will have the closing ceremony at 4 p.m. at the ceremony plaza, where you saw all the flags. So we hope to see you later on there. And there's also a little special for you. So after the award ceremony at 4 p.m. outside at the closing ceremony plaza. Great job.
Okay, congratulations.
Yes, but not ready. I must prepare an award ceremony. I stay with you. Until the end. Moritz, Alexander,
Yo, his palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud, he opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's choking out, everybody's joking now. The clock's running